So guys, Mr. Dele Farotimi has a message for Nigerians. But before I allow you watch that video, take a look at this. So guys, Waec has come under fire for deleting the video that portrays Peter Obi's performance in Anambra State. We all know Peter Obi has been talking about how he brought Anambra from 26th position to 1st position in Waec and NECO. So during that period, Waec made a video on that, praising Peter Obi's performance. Do you know recently Waec has deleted that video? Nigerians, this is to tell you how religion and tribalism has eaten into not only into the fabrics of the citizens, but into our government bodies. Nigerians, this is shocking to see this. So this headline says, Waec faces backlash for deleting video highlighting Anambra's top ranking status in Waec and NECO under Obi's government. So guys, the video where Waec advertised Peter Obi's performance has been deleted because Tinubu is now the president of Nigeria. So guys, you can see what we are saying here. Honestly, with this kind of bias mentality, Nigeria cannot move forward. Nigeria cannot move forward. So guys, let me read further from this website so that you get a better understanding of what actually happened. So from this website, it says, the video in question highlighted the educational achievement of Peter Obi, the former governor of Anambra State and the Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023 election. The video was originally posted on October 4th, 2016 at 1:21 a.m. via the official X handle of Waec, Nigeria. It celebrated how Anambra became the top-ranking state in Waec and NECO under Obi's government. However, its recent deletion has sparked a wave of reaction from Nigerians questioning the integrity of Waec. So this Twitter user reacted and said, just imagine, Peter Obi did excellently in the past. You posted the video, and when it came to politics, you deleted the video. For what? Another user reacted again and said, next, they will rush to delete this tweet. Another Twitter user at Niger for All emphasized the responsibility of citizens to reclaim their country, expressing concern over the implication of Waec's action. Meanwhile, another Twitter user at Wusa_I suggested that the video could be retrieved using the Wayback Machine, an old URL, even without Waec consent. The deletion of the video has raised question about Waec's mandate and whether it is allowed to be partisan in its action. According to Waec criteria, the council is expected to be impartial and objective in its operation, focusing on the educational development of students across West Africa. However, the decision to remove the video highlighting Obi's achievement as governor has led to some question whether Waec has overstepped its boundaries and engaged in partisan activities that undermine its credibility as an educational institution. So guys, that is it for you. You have seen it for yourself. This is what we are saying. This is the post that Waec once posted, how Anambra became #1 in Waec and NECO. So you can see the URL, that of YouTube. So this video, you can't even find it on YouTube again. Neither can you find it on Twitter. So that's to tell you that this, this partisanship of a thing has not just affected the individuals, I mean Nigerians, it has also eaten deep into our institutions. If Waec, that is even not just a Nigerian-owned body, is a body that sees to the entire West Africa, if this body can be this partisan, Nigerians, what do you expect again from other bodies? So finally, this person reacted and said, if this is true, make Nigeria just prepare for the worst, because not be everything be politics. It is now very obvious that the only thing this administration they perfect in na propaganda, because I see no reason why they must delete true facts. Truths can be deleted. So guys, Nigerians are really hurt, by this action of Waec. I don't know what you think about this video.
Look, when you have a situation where there is a concerted effort to stigmatize an ethnic nationality and blame them for everything that goes wrong, and that ethnic nationality in response now say, okay, you know what? So that they will not say that it is we who are causing problem. Please stay out of any wahala that is being orchestrated. I can't blame them. If the Igbo man is saying, I don't have any problem with Tinubu, I'm not part of any protest against the government, I can't blame them for saying that. I grew up in an era where whenever there was any problem, the first thing people did was to loot. And who are the people who lost when shops and markets were looted or burnt? It was the Igbo, because those are that's the merchant class in Nigeria. Long time ago, when Nigeria had not become the evil forest that it is today, it was just in its infancy at that time. The Igbo man learned that the government has nothing for him. So he learned to survive on his own. You will rarely ever find an Igbo man applying to the civil service or looking for a salary job. So the average one, even the ones I went to university with, they will go and attach themselves to somebody in the market. They will learn a trade. So they learned to do without government. They learned to discount the government completely, which means that the Igbo man is better equipped than any other Nigerian to cope with our current circumstances, where the government has become completely useless. The Igbo man was already prepared for the uselessness of the government. So now that he is prepared for it, and everybody else have now decided to stigmatize the Igbo man, I can't blame the Igbo man for turning around and saying, it's none of my business, enjoy your government. He didn't enjoy anything from the government before. So for somebody, and I'm talking about the average Igbo man who is like me and you. I'm not talking about the Ojihus or Kalus of this world or the Okorochas of this world who have always fed on the grievances of Ndi Igbo and made money by appeasement of government and then presuming to speak on behalf of. I'm not speaking to those ones. I'm speaking for the average man on the street who grew up believing that he has no portion in Nigeria, which was what fed the Biafran spirit and the demand for Biafra even 50 years after the Civil War. So I'm not speaking to the man on the street of Alaigbo. I'm not speaking to the trader in Alaba or at Aspanda or at Ladipo. All those ones, they have always lived with the mentality of being victims of the system. So when a victim of the system is telling you, leave me out of your protest, go and deal, because he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place. So if he wasn't gaining anything from the system in the first place, he has nothing to lose if the situation becomes, the only thing that is happening now is that more victims are being recruited into the Nigerian mess. So why should he, who was always a victim, further victimize himself by joining those he believes are responsible for his victimhood? Unfortunately, it only assures the victimization of everybody. But it is now incumbent on those of us who know better to help him to understand that, yes, we understand that was yesterday. But for us to all come out of this together, you would have to move away from that pain to now walk. Now at least everybody is now suffering. Yorubas will say that it means that until suffering is democratized, it is not possible to end it. The suffering in Nigeria has now been democratized. Long ago, I predicted that the Nigerian revolution will start in northern Nigeria. The only reason I said so at the time is because the North had always been the reason we could not find common purpose to fight the evil. But now that the person in power in the presidency is not a northerner, and is at best a nominal Muslim, and the suffering has now been fully democratized, the northern street, I'm not talking about the northern elite, the northern street has no interest in forbearing and continuing to suffer. Why is it that all of a sudden everything that they tolerated during the years of Muhammadu Buhari is no longer tolerable? Have you considered that? Look, I don't know how long it's going to take. But if this mess continues, the problem that will consume this government will start in northern Nigeria. It's not going to start in the east. The Igbo man has more or less taken a position. I was always a victim. Go and solve your problem. Leave me alone in my little corner. If you lie, steal all the money in the world. You still take that money to a market to go and buy something. And who will you find in the market when you get there? You find the Igbo man there. Whether it's food you are buying, whether it's building material, whether it's car, you find the Igbo man is there in the market waiting for you. So he's already in a position of advantage. So why would he disadvantage himself unless you people show him a readiness for change? So that is where we are right now. It might seem like nothing is going to happen, but something will definitely happen. This system is not sustainable.
So guys, Mr. Peter Obi and Dati Ahmed all met in Kano yesterday, and it was really an amazing moment. The video that came out from their meeting so much moved Nigerians. I mean, Obedience were happy seeing the both of them meeting for after a very long time.
Come, sir. Yes, sir.
What we keep saying, that oh my God, Nigeria is going through a lot because of all these old politicians. You can imagine they've not just poisoned the minds of the citizens, they've poisoned the minds of institutions and their heads. Those that are heading all these institutions, they are now partisan. So you can imagine, don't be surprised if Waec begin to fail those from the southeast because of Peter Obi. Don't be surprised if those in the southeast start getting poor performances in their results, because if these people can go this length, they can do anything. They can do any other thing. So guys, this is what we keep saying, that honestly this country really needs a sort of revolution. Honestly, this country needs a sort of revolution. So this user Ndubisi Omeke expressed disappointment, stating that just imagine, Peter Obi did excellently in the past. You posted the video, and when it came to politics, you deleted the video. For what? The sentiment was echoed by another user called @Perry BTC, who predicted that next they will rush to delete the tweet. So guys, you have seen it for yourself. Honestly, Nigeria is in trouble. Nigeria is in real trouble, considering the way these people are taking us for granted.